Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, we're going to wait 2 more minutes. 2 minutes, we will start. Welcome our international guests who are joining us. To wait 2 more minutes for people to be able to join in. And in 2 minutes, we will start today's program, okay? 2 more minutes so we can start. And you please, everybody, to turn on your cameras.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first literary meeting. First, welcome to the DP coordinator, Marcia Malpica. Second, national anthem.
So, hello, everybody. We welcome all schools together today to share literacy meeting. I expect you to have a great journey, and we really appreciate you just say yes to our invitation, which is a great opportunity for everybody here, for our kids, especially for our teachers too, and for the school in general. So I expect you to enjoy too much what we are doing, and just to remember that today there are so many people who believe that literature is simply not important, and we are underestimating its abilities to stand the test of time and give us great knowledge. So I think that there is a stigma in society that implies one who is more inclined toward science and math, that will somehow be more successful maybe in life, and then the one that is more passionate about literature. I'm a passionate of literature, so I have to say that there are many other art forms that will be designed to, or people think that we are just like our destiny is more a low-paying job or an unsatisfying career. But somewhere along the line, the world has come to think that literature is insignificant. And this is why this literacy meeting is really important for everybody. We want you to, kids, understand that literacy and literature is really important in our lives. It's expanding horizons for everybody. Literature is opening our eyes and make us to see more than just what we see with our eyes, and we can learn many things through it. This is a way to build our critical thinking skills, and many of us learn what critical thinking is in our language art classes. When we read, when we learn to look between the lines or behind the lines, we are taught to find symbols and make connections and find themes and learn about characters. So what we are doing is just reading and expanding our skills, and reading is everything in our lives. I think that this is just literacy important because it is an appreciation of other cultures and beliefs, and that's why we are joined together today. So reading about history or anthropology or religious studies provides a method of learning about cultures and beliefs other than our own. And we're really happy today to learn about Japan and Netherlands, especially, so and Colombian culture around the world. So it allows you to understand and experience personal view and insight into your minds, and the resonance of someone else, and empathy for the others, and we can learn, understand, and appreciate the world. Better writing skills. So we just improve through literacy our writing skills. When you open a book, when your eyes read the words, and when you take this into context, so you can just ask yourself, how did this person imagine that world, and how that person was imagining and writing it in the way that person was writing for me and for the rest of the world. So many of those authors and poets or playwrights that you use, they just use literature to expand their writing. And we expect you to expand your own writing with this kind of opportunities in this literacy meeting. And finally, I think that literature is important because it is addressing humanity. It's about all literature, is about whether it be poems or novels or essays or short stories, help us address human nature and conditions which affect all people. So we can just find the world in a book, right? So there's maybe the need of growth and our doubts and fears of success and failure, and the needs for friends and family, the goodness and compassion and empathy, the being perfect, which doesn't exist, and understand that imperfection is the best reality that we can just have. All that is in your books, and we learned that imperfection is not always bad, and that normal can be boring, but in fact it's exciting to have different people and different viewpoints about what we are reading together. So we learned that life must be lived to the fullest, and we are teenagers, so literature is for you an opportunity to live your lives to the full, because the world outside is the world that you're living in your books. So we need literature in order to connect with our own humanity. So I expect this meeting today can enjoy your lives, and can you just open your eyes to a different world through books and through literature, because this is really important in your lives, and it's going to be part of your future that is starting in 4 months for you, 3 schools around the world, different continents inside, and different countries and different culture. But you are joining together through books and through this meeting, and you are living the same things, living the same IB diploma, living the same, I don't know, anxiety, because we are just finishing. And the future is here. I mean, the future is in 4 months, and the world that maybe you're imagining in your books is gonna be better for you outside the box, if you enjoy this kind of meetings with people around the world. So I will be here listening to you and enjoying literature through your eyes and through your viewpoints. And thank you very much for being today here with us.
Second, national anthem. Third, student prayer by Tomás Gómez.
Oración del estudiante. Hoy expreso mi amor a la vida, aceptando que soy una creación perfecta de Dios. Reconozco que la mejor manera de amar al prójimo es respetándolo, y decido valorar y disfrutar de todo lo que tengo, comprendiendo que es perfecto para mí. Actúo con serenidad frente a toda situación que la vida me presente. Asumo las experiencias y sucesos de la vida como los necesarios para el desarrollo de mi comprensión de amor. Comprendo que la sabiduría está en Comprendo que la armonía, paz y sabiduría, todo lo que tengo, comprendiendo que es perfecto para mí. Gracias, Padre, por concederme estar a tu servicio y permitirme ser una herramienta perfecta en tus manos, para que a través de mí se cumpla el propósito de amor que tú me has encomendado. Guíame para actuar siempre en lo justo. Dame el don de la palabra, para que todo lo que yo diga lleve siempre tu mensaje de amor. Ilumina mis pensamientos con tu presencia y dame la fuerza y energía para servirte mejor cada día. Comprendo que la sabiduría está en pensar lo mejor, decir lo adecuado y hacer lo necesario.
Fourth, video welcoming Japan and the Netherlands. Fifth, statement by the student Maria Sofia Malaver.
Today, we gather to celebrate the inexplicable feeling that comes from entering the mind of another. It's from understanding the underlying and unsaid significance of phrases. The type of meaning derived from interpreting the complexities of written realities and discussing them with others. Reading presents the power of holding the answers in your hands, but still being obliged to commit to a timely process to access them. It demands patience and commitment. That's for what we're bound to uncover in the following pages. While our mind races, The book stays static and unchanged. Itself stimulates reflection and triggers a galaxy of emotional responses and intriguing insight. The book remains the same.
Sorry, I feel we're just having some trouble with the internet today at school.
We gather to celebrate the inexplicable feeling that comes from entering the mind of another. From understanding the underlying and unsaid significance of phrases. The type of meaning derived from interpreting the complexities of written realities and discussing them with others. Reading presents the power of holding the answers in your hands, but still being obliged to commit to a timely process to access them. It demands patience and commitment to uncover in the following pages. Yet, while our mind races, the book stays static and unchanged. Itself stimulates reflection and triggers a galaxy of emotional responses and intriguing insight. The book remains the same. In a compilation of symbols that, amongst their crevices, hold the power of transforming and inspiring. Fascinating to acknowledge that language and literature bestow common experiences to all mankind. We have probably traced fingers over the same lines or perceived the same feeling from a quote as thousands or even millions of people worldwide. Student, such realization never fails to impact me because suddenly the act of reading and communicating becomes universal. In being universal, it is humanizing. And in being humanizing, it fuels our consciousness and rectifies our attitude towards reality. This meeting is a call for us all to take advantage of the hidden knowledge trapped in pages and recognize literature's meaning beyond its syntax and semantics. It is an opportunity to transform its written lessons into lifestyle prospects as a community.
Sixth, Words by Language Bee teacher, welcoming guest teachers and reminding students of the program of the day.
Well, welcome everybody. For the ones who don't know me, because they come from other schools, my name is Andres Felipe Bernal. I'm here at Cerezus. We're very excited for this opportunity. It's been amazing to prepare it, to see how many students have used this opportunity to be able to learn a little bit more, to learn to ask questions, and to think of how to connect with people around the world. And before I give you some guidelines on how the day is going to work, although I think most of us already have it clear, I would like to ask Mary Beth and Sylvia if you could please, I don't know, if you could please tell us a little bit about your schools, come from, who are students who are visiting us, well, virtually, but at least visiting us. So I don't know, Mary Beth, if you are there and you can tell us a little bit about you guys and your school and why you decided to take our invitation.
Okay, hi, I'm Mary Beth Kamibepu. I'm the English B teacher at Hiroshima International School. We're located right in the suburbs of Hiroshima, famous or infamous for the bombing. So if you do get to Hiroshima, we have the Peace Park and memorials and things about that. We're a small school. We have about 150 students from age 3 to 19. So my English B classes are quite small. In grade 12, I have 2 students, and in grade 11, I have 3 students. And so they're a combined class. So when I saw Andres's invitation to join other students from around the world, I thought that would be an excellent opportunity for our students to get involved. Unfortunately for us, it's 10:30, almost 11 o'clock at night. So I don't know how long. My students have had a very long week. And obviously this is an optional activity because this is almost going to be at the middle of the night when we all finish. But they all signed up, and I see one smiling face. I see Jake. I don't see my other two grade 11s. They might be there and I just can't see them. But they're really looking forward to meeting you all and seeing you. And it was really nice to get this invitation and be included in this event. So thank you for having us, and thank you for the lovely introduction with the national anthem. And it was great to see Colombia and the pictures of the Netherlands. Thank you. Mucho gusto. Gracias.
Okay, thank you, Mary Beth. Yes, we know that you're doing a big effort to stay awake at this time at night. But I hope we can have a good time, and at least you can be in the first session of discussion so you can interact with our students. And I would also like to ask Sylvia, if you're there, if you want to tell us a little bit about you guys, your school, your country, the students that are here from your school, and why did you decide to take up this invitation?
Okay, thank you, Andres. We're in the Netherlands, where it's luckily the afternoon and not late in the evening. Although we do think, and students agree, that it's awesome that you guys are still here, and they really look forward to speaking to different students all over the world, especially Japan. Some are really looking forward to that. And Colombia, we do get many visitors in the Netherlands, but not from these specific countries. So they're very excited. And we have actually put up like a classroom with us together. So distancing, but sort of together. And we have quite a big school, actually. We have 1,000 students, but we have 4 divisions, which means that we have a higher grade and a general secondary grade. And we have a regular Dutch education, and we have a bilingual education, where the students can do courses like math and history in English. So usually they would get them in Dutch, but they can choose to do those courses in English as well. So that's our bilingual track. And these students did that. And in the upper years, they do the IB diploma for English. So that's kind of how our school works. And next door, we have an international school that we work closely with. And they're very much like your school in Japan. They have the preschool, and they go all the way up to the DP years. So that's that's our school.
Okay, so we're very, very excited to have you here. In our case, we are all also not that big of a school. We have around 500 students, going from preschool to 11th grade, and of course, in the PYP we have the IB PYP program, and in the last 2 years we have the diploma program. And we wanted you to see a little bit how an assembly in our school would work. So what we would do normally is to have our national anthem, to have our student prayer, which is part of the philosophy of the school. And well, that is kind of what we want to do. So I wanted to explain a little bit for everybody what is going to happen right now. This session that we are having right now, it's set up until 9 a.m. in our time, just because we in a second need to set up everything for the discussion groups, and also have our first break for kids to be able to get their snacks. So what we're going to do is, in a second, we're going to close this session. And once the session is closed, students here from the school, please, I'm going to ask you to get everything set up for your discussion groups. And at 9 a.m., go to have your snack, okay? And at 9:30, we are going to meet, maybe if you can be there 10 minutes before the time. So we start our discussions. I sent to everybody their questions, their guiding questions, but the students that have prepared the questions, they will have like a short stimulus and a short introduction for each question, so you can have an idea of what they are referring to. Those questions are all coming out from DP students, So they are the things that they were interested in. In the case of students from here from the school, I would remind you that this is a mandatory activity, and you have the rubric or how it is going to be graded. You have it already in the classroom. And in case of our international students, well, we're more than welcome to receive you. We'll ask you if it's possible to have your cameras constantly on so we can see you, because virtually just listening to you sometimes it's difficult. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the students that have been helping me set this up. Thank you for your big effort. Thank you for our international guests. I know that for you these are extra hours and it's not easy, but I hope you have a great time. In the first session, we're going to have some questions that have been prepared. Each discussion group has between 3 and 4 questions. Okay, and the idea is that those discussions would extend for about half an hour for each question. And then in the second session, the heads of each, the leaders of each of the discussion groups are going to receive a question that they don't know which it is, and they are going to, and you are going to construct together a 300 to 400 word text answering that question. So the idea for that second session is that you're able to discuss, and that collaboratively you're able to produce one answer for the whole group, okay? Not individually, for the whole group. That answer, we're going to save it and we're going to publish it for you to know how each group was able to answer the question. I know that it's a very interesting question, and I don't know yet you're going to enjoy discussing. So I'm very thankful for everybody for your help. And right now we're going to close this session. We'll have an hour break. Again, I will ask the people here in the school to please start setting up everything, test the things that you have prepared. And then at 9:30, 9:20 better, we can reconvene in the links of the session. You already received them in your emails, so we can start our discussions. I don't know if up to there, are there any questions? Anyone needs me to give clarity on anything, or I think everything is pretty clear. Any questions? Comments? Okay. So thank you very much for coming. I'm going to close the session now, so you can log off, and I'll see you in the discussion groups at 9:20, so we can start the second session of the program, okay? So see you at 9:20.